Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. So I'm going to share you the math paper pattern for class 8. So students, when you are coming for the math paper, so you should know what type of stationery are you bringing. Means you should have compass, D, scale, razor, pencil, blue pen, black pen, everything with you all. As you know, geometry box is compulsory in math paper. So please try to bring your geometry box and do not bring calculator, as calculator is not allowed during the exams. Okay. So please do not bring calculator and bring your geometry box, as you know, you have to attempt your geometry section as well. So let's start with the paper. Okay. Now, as you know, your total marks for the papers will be, total marks of math paper will be 50. Okay, and this 50 marks will be divided into two sections. Now what are those sections? Number one is objective section, and number two is subjective portion. Okay, so you have two portion and we will divide this 50 marks into subject, objective and subjective portion. Now let's talk about the objective section. Now, when you are going to attempt the objective section in your copy, so what you will do, or in the answer sheet, so what you will do, simply you will write down the heading of objectives here, as you are going to attempt the objective section. Okay, you will write down the heading of objectives, and then you will write down the question number one. Okay, now in paper, question number one may be fill in the blanks. Okay, it may be fill in the blanks, or it may be do as directed. So you have to attempt the question in your answer sheet. Okay, now when you are attempting the objective portion, so you have to make the working column here, it is must. So kindly do not forget to make the working column here. As you know, in the fill in the blank section or in the do as directed section, what we will do, simply we will write down the direct answer to each bit. Okay, you have to write down the direct answer to each bit if you want to solve anything, if you want to perform solution. So what you will do, you will perform your solution in the working column, and here you will directly write the answers. Okay, fill in the blanks means that, fill in the blanks doesn't mean that you have a fill in the blanks from geometry section only. We can also ask fill in the blanks from the arithmetic section, from the algebra sections. Means we can ask you the formula of a plus b whole square. Means we can ask a plus b whole square is equals to what. So you have to write down the complete answer here. Understand, you have to write down the complete answer here. Or we will give you some values, we will find out Cartesian product, we will say a cross b is equals to what. So you will perform the calculation here and then write down the final answer here. So this type of question can be asked in the fill in the blank section or in the do as directed section. Okay, after completing your objective section, I'm repeating again, just give the direct answer here, final answer. Okay, just give the final answer in the fill in the blank section when you will complete your objective section. Okay, then we will give you some time for objective section, limited time for objective section. Then you will give the subjective portion. Okay, for this, what you will do, you will write down the heading of subjective. Please keep this thing in your mind. Objective and subjective portion will be done in separate copies. Okay. Now, when you are going to attempt subjective, so first you will write down the heading of subjective. Okay. After that, if you will look in the paper, so you have a heading of section A. Okay, you have a heading of section A there. Okay, in section A we will ask question from your arithmetic section only, from your arithmetic section only. Okay, section A belongs to arithmetic section. After that, when you will look into your paper, you have a question in which you have to, you have a question, you have a note, attempt three questions. Okay, attempt three questions from this section. Okay, now this is just an example, might be you have to attempt four questions or you have to attempt five questions. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, I'm not I'm not saying that you have to attempt three questions only. I'm just giving you the example that it maybe you have to attempt three questions, four questions, or five questions. It depends on your question paper. Okay, so if you are going to ask if you are going to attempt three questions, so how will you attempt? Just suppose your question number one was fill in the blank, so we will start your question number two from here. So you have question number two, question number three, question number four, question number five, and so on. Okay, obviously there will be choices there. So just suppose if you're going to attempt question number three and you are going to skipping question number two, so what you will do, simply you will write here question number three and then attempt your answer. Okay, now look at here, this is the subjective section. So in subjective section you have to give proper solution in the fair work. Okay, you have to write each and every step. I am repeating again, when you are attempting the subjective section, so please write each and every step. Okay, you can use working column, you can use working column from some for some calculations, but each and every step should be here. Okay, each and every step should be here, because your subjective portion carries marks for each step. Okay, solution is not required in objective section, but solution is required in subjective section. Okay, now after section A, when you will look into the paper, what you will have after section A, what you will have section B. Okay, section B. In section B, we will going to ask question from your algebra portion. Okay, algebra portion. And again, you have a note in your paper, means maybe you have to attempt three questions from section B. Again, I am repeating, it may be different. Okay, you have to attempt some more questions or some less questions. Okay, now then what you will have here, you have how many questions? Till five. Now it may be start from question number 6. Okay, question number 7, question number 8, question number 10. Okay, just suppose you are going to attempt your question number 8 first. So you will write down the heading of question number 8 and then simply attempt your question here. Okay, I am repeating again, solution is required, means you have to write each and every step here. You have to write each and every step. Okay, after completing your section B, you will start your section C. Okay, after this you have a section C, and now it is pretty much clear that in section C we are going to ask questions from geometry section. We are going to ask question from geometry section. We are going to ask questions from geometry section. Okay, now look at here, what type of note in the geometry section you may have. You might have attempt two questions including question number 14, which is compulsory. Okay, now what does it mean? Just suppose here you have question number 11, question number 12, question number 13, question number 14, and question number 15. So what you have to do, what does it mean? Two questions means you have to attempt in total two questions. How many questions? In total you have to attempt two questions, including question number 14. Means this question number 14 is compulsory. Means you must have to attempt this question number 14, which is a theorem, which is a theorem. So you have to attempt the theorem. There is no choice in theorem. No, we will provide some choice in theorem, but you have to attempt the theorem. Okay. Along with this theorem, you can select any one question from 11, 12, 13, and 15. So in this way, it will become two questions. Means one question will be of theorem and one question is of your any choice. Okay. You can attempt any one question from this section. Understand? But you have to attempt theorem because it is compulsory. If you will not attempt theorem and you will attempt any two question from there, so we will give you marks of only one questions. Okay, we will give you marks of only one question because theorem is compulsory, which will carry 5 marks. Theorem always carry 5 marks and it is compulsory, so you have to attempt theorem along with one more question. So in this way your two questions will be complete. Okay. Now this is the end of the explanation. I hope it is clear to all. Okay, one more question is most of you asking that if we will miss any question, if you will miss any question, so what you will do? So obviously you will attempt at the end of the paper. How? Simply you will write, just suppose leftover question, you have forget to write any question, so you will write here section. Just suppose you missed a question from section B, and then simply you will attempt your question here. Okay, is it clear? Thank you so much, student. I hope it is clear to you all. I want to say best of luck to all of you. Good luck for your exams.